Why can't we have heaven here on earth? Why not? It's not about me or anybody growing some big organization. It's about saving lives. Living unlimited lifespan is about having fun with vitality and strength. It really is. We need to have a real, what place we call home. And the coalition is that. Radfest is that. A place where we can all come, get replenished, from our...
We're here at Radfest. This is Saturday with the founder himself, James Stroll. You look great, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm sure you're like 150, right?
175. You missed 25
well,
years.
You're doing really good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So tell us about what your inspiration was getting into longevity, and how you started Radfest, and just kind of give us the history there.
Okay, well, thank you for asking that, and thank you for being here with us. So, look, I had the inspiration, I had the inclination at a young age, around 11, that something was wrong with death. I saw my grandmother die, who I was very close to. It was painful. I thought, if death is so good, why does it feel so bad, right? Mm-hmm. And you're told other things as you're a kid. But so then I asked my mother, I said, well, when will I get to see grandmother again? Because I love her. And she said, well, you have to, when you die and go to heaven. Here I am, 11 years old, going, well, I have to die, to go to heaven. That did not feel good. It just didn't make sense. So I just immediately popped out, why can't we have heaven here on earth? So that has been my pursuit. Why not? She said, turned around when I said that, she said, oh, you should pursue that. So I've done that. And it's been an amazing journey. I mean, all through school, I wrote themes on it. Teachers would come to me and say, oh, what is this? Others would really support it. You get the negative and the positive. But I kept that in my heart. I knew that something was wrong with death. I love life like so many of us do until say we begin to have traumas that kind of taint, our experiences. But I always kept this spirit of life in me. And consequently, I met partners in 1968, Charles Paul Brown and Bernadine Brown, that were speaking on immortality at that time, but way back in 1968.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I, short story is, I ended up joining with them, going to other events, joining with them, helping them raise funds to support their movement. And then in 1971, we actually joined together, and I became part of their partnership to spread the idea of super longevity, immortality around the world.
Okay, and that was Eternal Flame or something like that?
Eternal Flame was the first company. Okay. That's right.
Okay.
And all we did then is we put out newsletters to people. We traveled the United States. And then in about 1980, we got an invitation from Leonard Orr, the head of rebirthing, to come overseas and start speaking. So we became People Forever. We changed our name and we spread out throughout the world. It's quite a experience. It was really a long run of beautiful experiences. Yeah.
Okay, so that's from 68 to 80. How does that lead into now it's People Unlimited and Radfest? Give us that evolution.
Yeah. Okay. So we Bernie and I then Chuck. We had some ideological differences with Chuck. Wasn't a real negative thing, but Bernie and I wanted something different. We started in 1995 a new company called People Unlimited, and it was very successful. But then in 2014, we started thinking, we want to expand, and how do we do that? So we thought, okay, we'll start going out to the community more, and particularly some of the scientists that are working on longevity, and see what they felt about maybe doing some type of, in this case now, a coalition that we could join everybody together to integrate the movement and to create collaborations and galvanize the life extension community. So that when I started doing that, reaching out to people in 2014, it was overwhelming response. I mean, Life Extension Foundation, Bill Falloon, Bill Andrews, David Kekich, all these guys love the idea of a coalition. And then we decided together to create some event to launch the coalition. And that's how Radfest came about. So in 2016, we had our first Radfest. And everybody thought, but at that time, there's only most people who do longevity events, and maybe 200 or 300 people show up. So there's over 1,000 people the first day of the event in San Diego. And so I remember Aubrey DeRay coming up to me at that time and saying, I thought maybe, I knew this was a good idea, but I didn't know if it'd be successful. I'm not going to doubt you again. It was funny.
That's good.
But anyway, from there, just been amazing from the standpoint, as you know, the interactions with people, bringing the public, the best of speakers, supporting all these great speakers and innovators that didn't get much notoriety at that time, right? They're out there. Bill Andrews said to me after being at the first RAADFest, he said, Dr. Bill Andrews, he said, "Oh, he said, I felt like I was in a desert by myself. And now I have such a great support. I feel like I'm inspired to move on." And I got this from so many of these doctors and scientists. It tells us how important that everybody's a human being, right? We sometimes think doctors or scientists don't need this support. And we all need support. We all need inspiration. So that's how it
Yeah,
got
that
going.
energy is fuel for them to keep going and lets them know people want what they're doing. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a
Exactly.
beautiful thing you've
It
done
is.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. We
So
want to expand it, like
yes,
you said. And yeah.
yeah, we've got. I forget how many people are here now, but it needs to grow and grow.
Yeah,
So
yeah, over 700 people now. Before the pandemic, we were hitting over 1,000 all the time. But after pandemic, it was a challenge to get back momentum because people were more afraid to come out. They're more, then they got attached to the internet more, online events, which, I'm thankful for the online event, but it's nothing like being in person.
not even
I had a
close.
person come to me yesterday after my talk, and they said how they were so deeply touched by the feeling here. They said, we have to be together. It's great to have online times together, but this coming together is like they quoted Jesus. They said, when two or three are gathered together for this purpose, it creates a new spirit of energy. And we have to remember this. We can't replace the physical contact of one another.
Yeah, we're social beings. We need that
We do.
interaction.
We
We've got
do.
to be in each other's bubbles.
Exactly. Well said. Well
All
said.
right. So, what are you working on now? I mean, other than
Yeah.
Radfest, or what do you see from the people that you bring here that they're working on that are the major roadblocks that are slowing down progress from us actually crossing that threshold into
Yeah, good
longevity?
question. Well, thank you first of all, I feel very privileged to be able to work with you, people like you and others that are doing great initiatives also. But it's like we were talking today, and we all, I think, agree that we need to actually focus more together. That's where we're going to get, numbers to actually build each other in exponentially and have a movement that's really moves faster and in the depth that we want. So I see that, one thing is like we talked about here recently is that we need to have a real what place we call home, and the coalition is that Radfest is that the place we can all come, get replenished, from all of our, like Liz Perry says, she's out there, working, taking sometimes punishing blows from people who resist, and she comes here and she gets revived. We need a place that we can revive each other, that we can rearm ourselves with our passions and visions, and really feel like we can then springboard. Radfest can be a springboard for all of us in any initiatives we're all doing. But we need to have that focus. So I'm moving to build that more with all of you guys, and I think you're on board with that. And then from there, our next initiative, as you know, is the rally in DC for longevity rights in the spring of 26. Excuse me, now it's the fall. It's the fall now because we had to
Fall of
move our date
26.
because
Okay.
we couldn't get, so it's September, October of 26
Okay.
as the dates we're looking at. And that would be, I think, monumental if we can get at least a few thousand people there. But to make a impact on DC, let people know in general. We'll draw on international press to be able to let people know that this is a wonderful, joyous opportunity to really get involved with people who want you alive. Like David Kecker says, you saw I say your best friend is people who want you alive. We
Right.
talked today about people who, I understand that, who are afraid of living maybe longer than their friends, of course. They will be alone. But look, each of us, if we take this stand for life, gives your friend the best opportunity for them then to step forward and live. And if that doesn't work out that way every time, well, then you're going to meet new friends that want you alive. And that's so important that we're not afraid to not only take a stand now for what we believe to inspire the friends around us, but to also meet new friends that will expand our lives. So it's a joyous movement. And so I'm excited about expanding all that passion with each other, bring in more people all the time, have that rally. We also have a global strategy we're going to talk about today in this event to really expand worldwide.
Okay. So to kind of recap that in answering the question, the challenge you see is there's a lot of people out there that are talking about longevity, but
Yes,
they don't have the space to go to refuel with people that are
well said.
like-minded.
Well said.
And they're as a movement, the voice is spread too thin, and we
That's
need
right.
to collaborate, as you
That's
said,
right.
to unify that
That's
message.
right.
Okay,
There's too many lives we're losing now.
right,
This is the real. I mean, it's not about me or anybody growing some big organization. It's about saving lives. It's about getting this word out so that can save lives. We need to be serious about doing that. There's people here today that are up in their 80s and 90s, and I look at them and I can see their earnest desire to live with vitality and strength. We need to be willing to fulfill that. We need to be willing to have an answer for them, all of us. And that answer is for us to galvanize ourselves, to bring together an impact together that will speed up the process of therapies and innovations that can help them right now, can
right.
help us all right now.
Yeah, and that's kind of where Immortalis falls in wanting to speed up that
Yeah,
process. What
yeah,
you've done with Radfest, I was talking about this in my talk earlier.
yeah.
You're giving this stage and a voice to all the scientists and the innovators, the amazing people that are here, and to reach the public and get some more of that outreach and get that refuel that is so desperately needed. You're
Right,
absolutely right. And what Immortalis is doing is on the other end of that.
exactly.
We're providing the stage for them to come into and take that fuel they get from you and from Radfest and to put it somewhere where everything is so much more streamlined that
Yeah,
they can get past a lot of the regulation and
I love
do
it. I
things
love
so
it.
much cheaper that with that fuel they're going to get things done in a year or two, not 5 to 10, and then in 5 to 10 years, oh, it's 5 to 10 more years.
I
we,
love it.
we've got to break that loop.
Yeah, I
So
love it. I'm
yeah.
excited about what you're doing, and my colleagues are. I mean, I love it, and I want to support your colleagues and all the people that are involved in doing this. This is what we're really talking about: supporting each other to get where we need to get.
Yes.
Right?
So,
And
what do you see as the solution? Backing up a little bit to the needing to unify the message and make sure everyone who's really on the front lines of this battle against death. What do you see the solution is to making that happen faster and pulling away the
okay.
holdbacks?
I think, I think you mentioned, others mentioned in this last little talk here a few minutes ago, we need to welcome everybody. Okay. We can't have these prejudice that this person's that or that person's this, and we don't want to, bring them in. We need to let them come in. We don't have to change them. If they have a feeling for life and vitality, support them. We're not about changing belief systems. We're about expanding who we are and receiving everybody. And so also our message needs to be one of joy and abundance. It's going to attract more people than just fighting death. You know,
Okay.
yeah, and we yes, that is really true. We should have an innate, it's there anyway. We have an innate fear of death. Nothing wrong with that. We should not be. It's real, so we can't deny what's real. But also, I think when our focus is on joy and abundance, I've experienced, it draws people.
Yeah,
Right?
because that's what makes
They don't
people
want
want
to
to
hear
live
just
in the first
yeah. They're
place.
already terrorized by death. They're looking. People are looking for joy and abundance and greater vitality in their life.
Yeah, that joy is what makes people want to live longer anyways.
Exactly.
It's when you're stagnant, you hate
Yeah.
your job, you
Yeah.
hate your family, you're getting old and you feel like crap. Why do you want to keep that going forever? It's the
Exactly.
people who have found that joy. They
Yes.
love what they do. It's creative. They've got a relationship with their family that's just beautiful and fills them even more with that joy. And, that those
That's
are the
right.
people,
That's
we
right.
see them here. Those are the ones who want to
That's
live
right.
forever.
Yeah, right. So the message I said to anybody listening to this or anybody that we're doing now is come and see, right? We don't have to convince them of something, but come and see for yourself. Come and experience. And if you don't like it, okay. If you do like it, well then, hey, you're going to just benefit. There's no loss here. Instead of trying to maybe convince them that they have to feel a certain way or be a certain way to even come here. They're not going to be over their fears and their anxieties until they experience something bigger in their lives anyway, until they can see what's really happening. Then they're going to meet new people and friends like, oh, I'm not going to be alone, right? And I'm going to take this back to my family. I'm going to spread this to them and tell them there's a new experience we can all have together. We can all have a life that we don't have to be, harnessed with our anxieties and our pain around trauma and death.
Exactly. And one thing that helps, I don't think I've heard you touch on this yet, but you do this in cool places like Las Vegas, San
Yeah,
Diego, LA.
yeah.
So it's really great to, hey, I'm going to this conference, but it's in Las Vegas. Come hang out. It's Vegas. And then they're here. I've actually done that. Some of my family is here in the hotel.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Yeah, my family is too. My grandkids are
oh,
here.
good.
My
Okay.
great grandkids. They have the
Yeah.
whole. I just had breakfast with them, and they're loving the event, and they also love that they have an environment where they can play around some, right?
Yes. So yeah, that's definitely another to people watching. If you're into longevity but your family's not, we come to cool places. Let them come
Yeah, yeah,
play.
yeah. Hey, living unlimited lifespan is about having fun with vitality and strength. It really is,
Yes.
and serious. So, in the context that we're doing something so meaningful, that it's the most meaningful I think that's ever been done in the human existence.
Yes, it literally everybody's life at stake. So
That's
yeah,
right.
we
It
have
is.
fun, but it is about the work.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yeah. Well, is there anything you would like to say to the viewers? Anything they could do to help themselves? Anything they could do to help you and Radfest and the coalition? Just a few final words there.
Yeah. Well, come and see.
Come and see. I like it.
Come and see and experience for yourself, and then spread the word. And don't make yourself incidental. Everybody's important. Don't make yourself small. We've done that throughout human history. We've made ourselves too small. Experience the depth. You're going to experience, if you come to Radfest, you're going to experience how important you really are as a human being. This is what it's really about. Unlimited lifespans is about giving validity to who we are as human beings.
Yes,
So I appreciate this time with
I
you.
want to add some truth to that,
Yeah.
actually. I came to my first Radfest in 2017, and when I came, I felt, I was just a guy. I was not into science.
I remember you.
Yeah, right. And
Look at you now.
exactly. So I came not knowing where my place was. I just knew I wanted to support, the people who did know how to do these things. And then over time, and coming consistently, I came and saw where I could add value and help push forward this line to get it across the threshold.
Yeah.
So that's exactly right. Come and see.
Yes.
And even if you don't know where you fit, you will.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Jim.
having me on.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you
thanks.
very much.
All
Appreciate
right.
it. Appreciate it.